Okay.
All right.
We're pretty ready.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I'm just kidding. All right, ready? Ready
Yes.
to go? All right.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Episode 23. The LeBron James, the Michael Jordan number of Make the Right Play. I'm with the coach, Lisan Villa, to my left. We got Max to my right. I got my Heineken Light to my right. No free ads. And we're off and running here on a Monday evening special of Make the Right Play. Coach, how we doing? How was your weekend?
Very busy, but productive.
Yes, it was productive, quite productive. We did get the mulching done.
Yeah, the mulching
There you
looks
go.
beautiful. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
The mulch looks great. The outside looks great. The outside's really coming together. So I hope we get to enjoy it for the last couple weeks here.
Especially for Gabriel's graduation.
Yeah, I know. Could you believe it? Gabe's graduating high school in 2 weeks now.
Yeah. Like, every once in a while it hits me and I just start crying and get upset.
Just cry it out.
I'm like, oh, Gabriel.
How was the award ceremony the other night? What did he win the award for?
Chorus
award?
Yeah, but they did a terrible job. I'm very disgusted with Branford High and the way they handled it. There were a lot of kids who should have gotten high honor awards. There were kids who they called their names, didn't even have a certificate for them. They didn't even look like they were that into it, to be honest with you. The faculty looked like they were just mailing it in.
It's BHLS, as Gabe likes to call it. I mean, they don't really give a shit, so.
I have to tell you, when I went to the award ceremony in Notre Dame High School, it was really spectacular.
That's right. Well,
I mean, they did a great
music
job.
award.
Yeah,
Not a
you
big
did.
deal. Got the music award. Just saying. Not a big deal. Tack it on. But
well, it was a big deal for us.
It was quite the award ceremony. I liked it. It was great. But it's too bad. I wish Branford gave a shit once in a while. That would be nice. If we cared. But once you go down to Florida, and everybody will give a shit. So.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
We have to wait and see before we make that judgment call.
We're a couple weeks out. Coach. How you feeling going in?
Nervous.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little nerves setting in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should. It's coming up pretty quick.
It is.
But I know. Oh my goodness! So we got a couple busy weeks coming up here. But we'll still try to come out and come be live as much as possible. Producer Press is not here with us again. He's a slacker. He's the worst.
He's actually umping a playoff baseball game.
He doesn't give a shit about the podcast.
No, he's very excited.
It's too bad.
He's very excited. He's umping home plate at a playoff baseball game, so he feels quite the honor.
Majors?
I think AAA.
AAA?
I think it's AAA.
He hasn't moved his way up there yet.
It's between Coach Lamone's team or Trisha's team.
Trisha?
Yeah, it's either those two teams. So he's excited.
Big Little League battle though.
I have to say, it felt weird driving to the field, dropping him off today, because I spent so many years going there and being one of those parents running with my chairs. And I remember when Presley was like a newborn, and I'd be rushing with you, trying to get you to the field, trying to make sure the baby was changed. Like, I had to do it all by myself all those years.
Yeah.
And I think about it, and I'm like, I don't know how the hell I did it. And then I felt bad for you because I never really got to baby you. Yeah. Because I'd be like, come on, Carlos, grab your stuff, let's go. And you'd be running to the field by yourself. And I'd be like getting the stroller out of the car, getting the baby into the, it's just, I never really got to enjoy a lot of stuff. I was always just like going through the motions, making sure I got it done.
Right, you had all three boys intact.
Yeah, 5 and under. You were 5. Gabriel was 2.
And
then Presley, Yeah, and Gabriel, forget it. He needed to be a little man because I couldn't treat him like a 2-year-old baby.
Right, yeah.
I had a real baby.
Yeah.
So crazy when
it
I
is
think
crazy,
about it.
Right? Can you believe it?
And then I remember Mark DeStasio was your coach.
Yeah.
And he took that T-ball and that A-ball very seriously.
It was quite serious, back in the day.
I mean, and I didn't need that. I needed more of a fun coach, like, let's have fun. And he was more like, let's, like he took it very
seriously. This is the real deal,
Yeah, you were like 5 years old. And it's like, And I remember the moms were such little bitches, too.
Oh, my goodness.
They really were. I don't care. I'm going to Florida.
It's all right. You're moving away, so you can shit all over the people. It doesn't matter
now. No, there were a lot of nice people, too. A lot of wonderful people. But I just have to say, All I know is that if I didn't have any babies and I saw a mom with a baby and a 2-year-old,
Yep.
I would not be like being an asshole to that mom.
No.
Like I'd be like,
No,
oh, you know,
you would not do that.
you know, oh, you know what? I'll walk Carlos to the fields while you get
Yeah.
the, you know what I mean? Like, but they were just such jerks.
Well, because you weren't Branford Strong at that point. You were fairly new.
Right.
You were fairly new. You had to take the beatings to earn the way into.
Well,
the
now that I'm
Strong.
Branford Strong, you know how many people, if I had a baby right now, be offering to help?
Oh my goodness, tons.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people
Tons.
probably
You'd be
offering
getting
to
help
help.
all over the place.
But at the time, I remember it was so stressful.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying a Smirnoff Ice, red, white, and berry.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's the seltzer one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's
No,
delicious. I
no
like
free
it.
ads. Right. No. Yeah. Oh, quick drink. We'll do everybody will take a quick drink right there.
But I felt very nostalgic at the field today.
Yeah.
Like I had a feeling come over me. It was weird.
No, you know, I get those feelings all the time now that I like when I drive back like to the house. Every time, you know, it's almost like I'm counting down the times that I drive back to the house because once that last time we pull out of the driveway and then you're like, wow, I'm never gonna drive to this house again, like that's it. And then you're just like, oh my god, like
Yeah, it's like a heavy feeling. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like a
like
pit.
I'm counting every time I come down the street that I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is probably gonna be one of the last times I drive over here.
Well, you know, I think the new family who are moving in, they're gonna have a lot of wonderful memories.
I hope
Good
so.
for them.
I hope so. I hope they love the neighborhood. They enjoy the neighborhood. There's great people. Like I said, there's some assholes. So I hope we give them some
I mean, I
love.
have to say we're in one of
But-
the best neighborhoods in Brandon.
No, 100%.
Like,
This is
the best
this is
neighborhood, I have to
probably
say.
the best neighborhood.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
it. Like it's phenomenal. There's a couple people on ARC that I'd probably sub out for some others, but did I tell you that story? What happened on Saturday?
No.
This guy, Dick. I'm just gonna call him Dick because you'll know who I'm talking about when
On
I
ARC?
explain the situation. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So Dick sees me drive by. You know, he's been seeing me drive by, and so anyway, Branford cops, I feel like have been put in like the weirdest spots in town.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so it's 9:30 in the morning, and I'm leaving to go to get my first pallet of mulch at
Right.
Home Depot in the truck. And so I'm pulling out at the stop sign, and I pull at the stop sign, I look both ways, and I carry on.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I turn the car, there is 2 Branford police cars sitting there on Arc Road, and the guy rolls his window down at me. He goes, "You rolled through that stop sign." And I go, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Why are you in this neighborhood at 9:30 in the morning?" Like,
Probably catching parents who are in a rush for Little League games.
So then I drive down the street, and there's Dick sitting at the end of his driveway, staring into the road, with his stupid Blue Jays hat,
Oh God.
Sitting
I know who
there.
you're talking about.
just waiting me out.
Why?
And I'm like, what do you do? Like, you really have no life. You close Ecology Park for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You send cops down here all the time. Then I'm getting harassed at 9:30 in the morning going to pick up mulch.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
So
a
it's not
Saturday
like people
morning
are
at
even drinking
9:30.
and driving.
I'm getting harassed
Mm.
by Branford police. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I just
Well,
pulled
they
out
didn't
my
give you a ticket
driveway.
or anything.
No, they didn't give me a ticket. They were like, they're like, oh yeah, just don't roll through that stop sign. I'm like, all right, like, you know, I don't know why you're harassing me at 9:30 in the morning. Going to pick up mulch. And there he was, sitting at the end of his
Well,
driveway.
I mean, listen, I used to go to the gym. At 5:30, my class was. So I'd be
Yeah.
out of the house at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I would see a Branford cop by the, not the gas station right across where that lodge is.
the VFW.
Yes, the VFW building
Yeah.
would be one cop.
Oh,
I
remember
drive
that.
down, there'd be another cop by the the harbor or whatever. There'd be another cop by the brewery. Like, there would be like 4 or 5 cops sitting there waiting to get somebody at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, a quick legendary story. I remember back in the old ND days, you were driving us to the train
Yeah.
station at 5:45 in the morning. It was me and Joe
Joe,
True.
yeah.
And there you were. You rolled right through that stop sign. The
It
cop
was a
pulls you
rolling
over.
stop.
that the cop pulls you over. He goes, "Do you know what you did?" He goes, "You didn't stop at that stop sign." You go, "Yeah, I did. I made a rolling stop."
I made a rolling stop.
Like, all matter of fact, like, "Yeah, I did. It was a rolling stop." And the cop's like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, it's a rolling stop." He goes, "Where are you going?" And she's like, "I gotta make this train. It's 5:42. We're making the 5:45 train in the morning." And the cop's just like, "Get out of
do you
here."
have your insurance? I had an insurance card for like 2 years ago. Because it's the same insurance. I get my insurance card, I wouldn't even give a shit. Like, who cares? It's the same insurance. So after that, I always make sure
You always did every time it came in the mail. You're like, "Here's the most recent one." And you put it in the glove box.
After that
So
incident.
funny.
Because then he didn't give us a ticket. He goes, "You know what? You're in a rush. You're trying to take the kids to, I'm going to let you go this time."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah, but I did feel like a rolling stop with no cars around.
No, there was
you're in
no
a
cars.
rush.
We were the only people on the road.
It's 5:45.
Yeah.
Like,
Only people on the road.
but I remember the gym. I used to feel so sick.
Yeah.
Because like I would see one cop, it gives you a feeling. You get like you start to get nervous. It's like, oh God, what am I going to be arrested for? Like, what am I getting in trouble for?
Yeah, you know the pullover is coming. Like,
Yeah.
You can only hide so long.
So sometimes what I started doing was I went through the center of town because all the cops, they love to be down Indian Neck Avenue.
They love Indian Neck.
So you know what it is? Because they're waiting for commuters.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the people who have to get up early and catch an early morning train, and they're hoping they're running late, so they're going to speed.
100%. Oh
That's
my
what
God, Dad used to get so mad at the police because they were, like they said, they would always set up speed traps for commuters.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, these fucking cops, they don't understand. They don't have to make a train. Like, they don't have to fucking haul ass to get somewhere. They're in the same spot every day, going to the same Dunkin' Donuts. He's like, these guys don't understand what it's like.
It's
and he would get so mad at all these cops that were sitting there waiting for him to get
Well, they're
him.
all over. It's like more than one. So I started going through the center of town, no cops. I could do 45, 50.
Well, yeah, because they don't care about the center of town. They're on the side streets. They're on Pine Orchard Road. They're on
Indian Neck,
Indian Neck, yeah. Montawese. They're all over Montawese, yeah. So these guys.
I know. So yeah, it's so stressful.
It really is. It really is. Well, they do that in West Haven too. They got this right next to this Turk's restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little parking lot there, and there's a cop sitting there on all hours of the day on Ocean Ave, just waiting to get.
Your brother went to Turk's last week. He said it sucked.
Yeah, that place is a pit. Why did he go there?
I guess all his friends wanted to go out to eat there after school,
disgusting.
after the Hobies or whatever.
That's awful.
He said it was awful. He said it was so expensive and the food wasn't even good.
Yeah, I don't know why he would go there. Like, that's terrible. That was a terrible choice.
Well, it wasn't his decision. He was just going along to go hang out. He's been going out all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Because we're moving, so he's like so...
And he's moving to the city, and I feel like,
No, this is Presley.
Oh, this is... So Prez went to fucking Turks?
Yeah, after they had the whole...
You'd think the ND guys would have some more class than they go to Turks.
Well, he went with a bunch of shot girls.
We would never go there, ever.
Well, that's where he went, and he wasn't a fan.
That's terrible. Make the 10-minute drive to Milford. There's like 1,000 restaurants.
No, because I guess they wanted to eat by the water.
So why didn't they go to Riptide? That was like a couple feet down the road.
I didn't ask them.
That's terrible. That was a bad job by the ND kids. I expect more. That's a bad job. Turks is dick. And so is Jimmy's. Jimmy sucks too. Those two restaurants are ass.
I've never been into Jimmy's.
Lauren says she'll never go there again. She went one time when she was little, and it was so bad that we'll never go again.
That place looks like it has rats.
Yeah, I take her word for it. I'm like, that's just gross. Like, I'm never going there.
I agree with you.
And if it's really bad that the man himself, John Kenny, doesn't go eat there, then I know, like, I'm not gonna put that in my body. Like, it's got to be awful.
Exactly.
So
I agree with you.
I'm good. And he'll eat like anything. So when he's like, no, then I'm like, okay.
I can't eat there, then
we're not going there.
You can't eat
that's ass. So don't go to Jimmy's and don't go to Turks. It's bad. No matter what they tell you, it's really bad. Oh God, yeah, I can't believe they went to Turks. It's terrible.
Well, what are you gonna do?
What a disgrace. What a
16.
disgrace. I mean, Gabe goes out a lot. Gabe didn't give him any advice. Gabe's hitting me up because he wants to go to that waterfall thing that Lauren took them to last year.
When? When does he want to do that?
I don't know. It's probably with his friends that they go on those. To
Listen, Gabe has been having a lot of fun. He's been going out a lot, having a good time. So let him just enjoy his life.
No, I'm not. He's no judge. Like, I'm, good for him. Go out. I'm just saying, like, I know he was.
How weird is it that
trying
he's
to get me
starting
there.
college in June?
I know, right?
I mean,
Like,
they
it's
really they don't fool around at AMDA.
No, they don't.
They are all business.
They don't fool around at all.
You know what's so funny? I saw Raymond today, and Raymond said, "Boy, Gabriel can sing." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I hear him singing sometimes at my house. He's up in your house, and I hear him singing all the way at my house." And I go, "Wow, that guy can sing."
People hear him all the time. All the time. Like, it's like literally, it's like one of those scenes from like a movie where like the guy's singing out of the apartment building and you hear him like everywhere. Like Gabe, the entire neighborhood hears him. Will hears him all the time.
I'm gonna miss him
Yeah.
singing. Like, I'm gonna miss hearing that voice.
Every morning, noon, and night. The Broadway musical that
You
you have in
know,
your own house.
but when he was going like through a little teenage depression, he didn't sing as much. But now that he's so happy and so excited about going
Fired
to
up,
school,
moving into the
oh
city.
my gosh, I'm getting
He's
like
singing
Broadway
every day.
shows.
Yeah.
The other day he was singing, and I was like, I feel like I'm listening to a Broadway show. It was incredible.
Speaking of Broadway shows, I know Gabe's pretty upset that In the Heights is going to be a movie. What do you think about that?
He thinks it's gonna suck. I want to go see it.
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I want to go see it, but he's like, oh.
I heard Manuel, the guy from Hamilton's, got a hand in the directing and
He
everything like
made
that.
the show. He wrote the
Well,
show.
I know he wrote the show, but I heard that he's stepped in with
Well,
the
is
movie.
it Chu? Jimmy Chu or something like that?
Yeah.
The director?
But I heard that he was helping out in the production.
Well, my brother,
Yeah.
he works in production, and he did the like film editing. That's his job.
Did he do it for In the Heights?
Yeah, and he actually said
No
the guy
way.
who sings that song that Gabe sings. He goes, I
Yeah.
have to tell you. He goes, I edited that film, and Gabriel sings it so much better.
He should have put Gabe's audio in there. To just see if they would have noticed, if they just plopped him in.
Could you imagine? So God willing, everything works out for Gabriel, and we get to hear him. Even though I'm so nervous because there are people in New York getting run over all the time by these
Run over,
electric
getting
bikes.
shot, getting like...
Well, not even the bullets. Now you have to be worried about the electronic bikes or the
Which one? The city
the
bikes?
motorized bikes. No, like people
Oh,
are
like
driving
the mopeds. Like the bike that Tobey Maguire used to ride around in that Spider-Man 2. Remember he was delivering the pizzas? He was
Yeah.
riding around the little scooter thing?
They
They're running
just
people
had an
over with those
actress. She's like brain dead in the hospital right now.
Who?
Some famous actress that she was in Cocktail. She played Tom Cruise's lover.
Yeah.
And she was in Cocktail, and she got run over by one of those guys yesterday in New York.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like,
Wow.
they said she has serious brain trauma. They don't know if she's going to make it.
Wow.
So I got
Can
so
you believe
nervous.
that?
I
New
told
York City's a
Gabriel,
pit right now.
it's such
They're
a
killing
dump.
people left and
It's
right.
such
Like
a dump.
I can't believe it, how much of a shithole. And then you have this mayor candidate come out and be like, I'm going to take more money away from the NYPD.
But not Eric, right?
No, the woman.
Oh, forget the woman.
Some black woman that's running
I don't know. She's not
against
gonna win.
Andrew Yang for the
Well,
as the
I
Democrat.
don't know who she is, but I think it's going to be Jacobs. Eric, what's his name?
Not Eric Jacobson. He's
No,
Bernard
not
Stone.
No, he's a teacher at SLINgy.
Yes, he's Bernard Stone.
What? No, he's a former cop. He's a former NYPD
I
from
don't know.
Brooklyn.
Hold on.
I don't know.
See,
He's
this is
beating
where
Yang now by
we need a
30%.
producer to check that out for us, get us a name. But I'll make the riskful journey and try to.
Hold
try
on,
to
I'll
get
make
us
the
a name here.
riskful journey.
Yeah, you make the riskful journey.
Because you're doing the production too.
Yeah, I'm running a couple different apps on my.
All right, so I'm
computer
going to
here.
put NYC mayoral
What the heck?
candidates.
Come on, there we go. All right, I just don't. I'm trying to make sure we don't have any dropouts on our audio here.
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams, and
Now,
he's leading now.
He's a retired NYPD guy.
Yes, I really
All right.
like him a lot.
There we go. How about that, Mr. Max? Bringing the city back.
And then Curtis Lee was running on the Republican side.
Oh, Curtis.
The founder of the Guardian Angels.
Yes.
Oh man, so it's just, I feel so bad for that actress. So I got all emotional. I was like, Gabriel, please, you're such a dee-dee-dee. I don't want you walking down New York City and have one of those bikers come and run you over.
Oh, speaking of producer Gabe, here he comes.
Yeah,
Come
you
in
know
like
how he
that.
we're in Pensacola, right?
Moving into New York.
We're walking, right? We're walking like by the boardwalk.
Yep.
And he's walking, he just walks right into this giant puddle. And I'm like, Gabriel.
Who's that? Gabe?
Gabriel, yes, in Pensacola. And I'm like, you're moving to New York City. You have to watch where you're going.
Yeah, you gotta have your head up.
Like huge puddle.
Like, come on.
And we're all walking, and all of a sudden, huge. Psh. Like, what the hell? So
Gotta be
I'm
happy to
concerned
say,
about him with the motorized
Yeah.
bikes and stuff. That I can see him just walking. I said, but if they hit you, they're gonna get it bad too. It's not just gonna be one way with that poor actress. The guy took off. It's like a hit and run. They don't even know where he is.
It was a hit and run with a scooter?
Yes.
How does that happen?
It's an electric.
This is New York City. How do you let a guy with a scooter escape you?
I feel like it's pretty easy.
And she's probably 125 pounds or something. She's a skinny white actress.
Yeah.
So you know that she's probably walking by and then bang. And the guy just
Can we
kept
get an
going.
actress name? Can we get the name of that actress?
All right, let me see. Because she's not... All right, let me see. Actress who got
She's
hit.
not that famous. So she's like, what,
She's
C-list?
famous, but not that famous.
She's dog shit.
Well, maybe she's like a Broadway.
If she's in a Tom Cruise movie, she can't be that dog shit. Like, she's got to have some importance now.
She played the mother. Let me put it to you this way. She played the mother
she's
of
like
the
an old
girl in
lady?
Darn Girl.
Little old lady?
Lisa Baines. In
Lisa
critical
Baines.
condition after apparent hit and run in New York City.
It doesn't ring a bell. I don't know who Lisa Baines.
She's an old broad, Carlos.
Yeah.
She played a mother. That's how I knew that you wouldn't know who she is.
I had no idea. Never
She's
heard
not.
of
She's not like J Lo with Ben Affleck.
her. No, obviously not. All over each other, J Lo and Ben Affleck.
I don't know. They said he left J Lo's house and they took a picture of him sad. So now like they're doing all these sad memes with Ben Affleck.
He looks sad.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh please.
that's unfortunate.
I'm sure J Lo's probably a lot of woman for him to handle.
He hasn't had to deal with anything like that in a while, so
Yeah, I mean he was
he's gotta
married
get back
to
into it.
what was that lady Jennifer? Not Gardner. Is it Jennifer Garner? Who's
Ben
that?
Affleck was married
Yeah.
to Jennifer Gardner?
Wasn't it? Who was Ben Affleck married to? Now I have to do the Google again.
Oh my god, see this is
I don't know anybody's names is the problem.
Yeah.
I too much party. Ben Affleck.
yeah, I don't know anybody's names either. I could really care less about Ben Affleck. I think he's a prick. He's a Boston guy, he's a cocksucker.
Jennifer Garner.
There you go. He's a,
Jennifer Garner was
You're
his
gonna
wife.
get demonetized on YouTube the more you say.
what is that?
You're gonna get demonetized.
What does demonetized mean?
YouTube kind of shadow bans you for swearing too much in your video.
What are you talking about? If you go on Barstool, they have like over
Well, we're
millions
not
and millions
Barstool,
of
so
viewers.
let's not swear.
So when you're
We're not
growing,
Barstool.
you don't want to be demonetized.
Right, we don't want to use too much profanity.
We're a podcast. I don't give a shit what YouTube does.
There we go, another drop in the ranks.
YouTube can kick rocks. I don't give a shit about them.
What happened to your finger? You have like a black thing there.
Oh, it's a couple weeks ago. I dropped a stone
Ooh.
right on the top of my finger. So that's just a bruise that's been healing and healing. It was big. It was much bigger.
So how's the patio building?
It's good. I'm actually rocking a Rockstone masonry shirt right now.
We could have
and,
called you to look at the chimney.
Quick.
Do they do masonry or is it just like patios?
No. We do it all.
You do
Retaining wall
chimneys
stairs and chimneys. Like we do all that stuff.
Look at that. We could
Free
have
estimates. It's right on the back of the shirt.
Look at that. Well,
Not a big deal.
I use Diglio's from East Haven. He's
Oh, yeah?
very good. Vinny, very good.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's a good guy. He's my boss. We do a good job. You know, I'm pretty happy. I gotta send you guys some progress pics when I'm there tomorrow. I'll send you them. But it's a massive project. We're doing like this entire complex in Stamford,
Oh wow.
and there's only like 3 of us. Like it's 3 or 4 guys because it's a small business. So this is like the biggest job like this business has ever gotten. So it's like 4 or 5 of us, and it's just so much stone, like massive amounts of stone. So, but it's going pretty good. I like it. It's not bad. It's just hot. It was really hot today.
Today was
awful.
awful. Not as
It was
bad as
so
yesterday though. Do you
No,
know I
not
almost
as
had
bad
heat
as
stroke
yesterday.
yesterday?
Oh well, I know. I mean, thank God we did the mulching Saturday, not yesterday. Imagine if we started yesterday to do it.
Oh, it was so
That would
bad.
have been ass.
I got out there at 5 o'clock in the morning to do some painting and stuff.
Yeah.
There was literally a deer standing behind me. I'm
Oh,
not
at
even
5:30
kidding you.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, this is really interesting because I feel like that's like nature's hours. And I felt like nature was annoyed with me for being out so early.
Maybe they were.
I think they were annoyed with me.
It was
and then
funny.
the deer walked right
I
up
made a
on
joke
me.
today. I was in the ocean, or not the ocean. What am I talking about? The sound. We're gonna be doing Zoom soon. That's gonna be a totally different experience, and I've heard it's a good experience. Like I've heard that it's not as hard as somebody would assume. Like having to post a stream like within a call. It's actually really, really easy, and Zoom makes it like super simple where like you can actually connect your YouTube channel to your Zoom account. So I think when we do it, I'm gonna have to make a Zoom like make it like as a business or whatever, like for the show. So that way it like automatically like continues to post it on like YouTube for us and everything like that. But it's not gonna be too bad though. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a hassle. You're gonna take that mic with you to Pensacola, and then every time we do a Zoom call, you're gonna plug that microphone into your laptop, so that way the audio is gonna be crystal clear. It's not gonna be like your microphone on your laptop. It's gonna be that microphone picking up your audio.
All right. Are we back? Are we back on YouTube?
Oh yeah, we're back on. I'm
good.
Right now. Yeah, we're back on.
And is it the same recording? Like if it stops, does it pick up where it leaves off?
Yeah. No, definitely just because it's a live stream, so it's a live feed.
So what happens? Like, does it go to another episode? Like,
no, it probably just like
or
looks
just
like
picks
buffering.
Up?
Like it says buffering until we fix the thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to keep an eye on both, but I feel like every time I flip from the audio, watching the audio for the podcast, something happens. But then when I flip to the YouTube, the audio on the podcast has trouble like deciphering between the two platforms. So.
Boy, this is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's tough. But I've never done stuff like this before, so I'm trying to like figure it out. Like, see, like I just touched it, like I just grazed the thing, like trying to make it double screen, and while I was moving the screen to try to divide it, the audio looked like it was like having trouble picking up what I was doing. So it's just so many moving parts. So many moving parts to do this podcast stuff, but we do it because we enjoy talking about all the shit. Like talking about how Anthony Fauci's little piece of...
Let me tell you, man, things are not looking good for him.
He's screwed.
Pandemic was right.
Yeah.
Remember Pandemic right from the beginning?
She even
said the U.S. was involved.
Like, he has multiple emails, saying that the masks are for phony, the masks don't work. And
remember when Rand Paul even accused him? He's like, this is all for political theater.
Yeah.
And he was just like, that's a lie.
All the things, like all the emails completely contradict everything that he said.
How about
that
the fact that
don't work and the virus is not natural
born?
And
the worst part is that we gave money to that lab.
Yeah.
We knew what was going on in that lab.
Yeah, we did.
And he lied about it. He's like, no, we never gave any money to the lab. It's proof in the emails now that we gave hundreds of thousands of dollars towards research for COVID to that exact lab.
Yep. No, yeah. No.
And I mean, you think it's a coincidence that during an election year, after they try to impeach Trump, all of a sudden this COVID's going crazy?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, we all knew that. Like, if you had a brain, you knew that when they sacrificed Joe Biden out there to be the presidential candidate, the Democrats were cashing it in. And even when you talk to Democrats, they'll tell you that when Biden was rolled out there, it was a cash-in. Like, it was like, fuck it. Like,
well, that's because they didn't want Bernie Sanders to win. Because Bernie Sanders, they know they wouldn't have been able to control.
Well, no, because Bernie Sanders is... See, this is what I find interesting about the Democrat Party, is that the Democrats are kind of more divided in their own house, I feel like, than even Republicans are, because the Democrats have like those progressives. And then you have like this group, like the Ocasio-Cortez, the Alien Omars, the Bernie Sanders, straight communists. Like, we're ready.
And neoliberals.
We're ready for communism. Like, bring it in.
Carlos, I don't think Joe Biden's in charge. I think there's
somebody
somebody in charge. So what I'm saying is that Bernie Sanders was not going to be controlled the way that Joe Biden.
That group that you're referring to that's controlling Joe Biden is not ready to move in that communist moving place.
I disagree. I think they just want to do it a different way. Because I feel like Hillary Clinton wasn't in that group. Hillary Clinton was a different kind of Democrat.
I wonder if Hillary Clinton is actually running that group, and that was actually the real leader.
Bullshit. No way, because that group is the one that got Obama elected. Obama came out of nowhere and beat the Clinton machine. That goes to show how powerful those people are.
Came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere and beat. So it's not Hillary's not a part of that group.
Yeah.
That is a different group of Democrats. So Joe Biden, Obama's vice president, bought and paid for by the Ukrainians and everybody else. Joe Biden is in that group of I bought you politician.
And I remember you used to refer to them, the globalist people, like the people that are on that big stage, that global stage.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that when we used to talk about it all the time was those people that want that one world government?
Yeah, they're
And,
globalist.
Yeah, I feel like Biden is in that category.
I feel like they're very powerful people who, they're the ones who put in Obama, and they're the ones who were controlling Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And the Democrats did have to come together and say, we got to pick somebody, let's just go with Joe. Because Bernie Sanders was on his way to winning that nomination, and those people were not going to be able to be in charge of Bernie Sanders. It's just as bad as Trump winning.
No, I know, but I feel like Joe Biden was really a throwaway candidate until COVID came around. Like, COVID was the saving
he
grace.
was the Manchurian candidate. He was the perfect puppet.
Yeah.
And they were able to fix the game having Joe Biden, because think about all the people that got to drop out of the race. They got Pete Buttigieg, and now he's involved. So they put his ass off too.
Gabe, what's Pete Buttigieg these days? What is he?
Secretary of Transportation.
Right. They gave him a really good job.
No wonder transportation fucking sucks right now.
How about the
Terrible.
time that they had them
Really
drive
bad.
him to a location, and he got on his bike to make him pretend that he actually rode his bike there? Did you see that
Yeah,
story?
I saw that
did see
story.
that story.
Yeah, he
I
literally
did.
had
I
him.
saw another story though that was similar that came out today in the Post. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was this very, very similar story that was just like that. Hold on, let's see if I can, real quick.
I mean, the guy, he's obviously such a Fugazi. He's a Fugazi veteran. Like, he went and he you know, I was in a war, I'm a veteran. He was like in Afghanistan for like a couple of days working in like a back office job. He's just, Pete Buttigieg is such a schizoid. But yeah, so he was bought and paid for. He dropped out.
Yeah.
And I mean, they fixed it. They fixed it because they just see the Joe Biden in charge, so that way they can get back in charge. The deep state.
Right. No, I agree with you. It is the deep state. That's why it was all about.
But Hillary, you know, one thing I have to say about the Clintons, they're in it too, but they're not in it because they're kind of outsiders as well. So, I mean.
Oh, it was that woman that I was just talking about earlier. That NYC mayor candidate, that woman that wants to completely
Maya
defund the
Wiley?
police. The black woman.
Maya Wiley or Diane Morales?
Oh.
I don't know. He said the black. Well, like, I don't understand who the black woman is. I need a name.
Maya Wiley.
Yeah, Maya Wiley.
Maya Wiley. And she wants to completely, basically defund the police.
Who cares? She's
has-
not going to win. So who even cares?
She was endorsed by AOC and has a better chance now.
Listen, Eric Adams is
I hope
30
she wins
points
now, so they
ahead.
just shove it down the throat right there.
Whatever.
Who
Eric
cares?
Adams is ahead of the Yang
I'm gonna
Gang
stop bringing
by
stuff up.
30 points. He is. So, I mean, like, this woman is like a nobody. Eric
Yeah, the
Adams.
progressive candidates aren't really at a spot to really win at this point.
I mean, they're hoping with that rank file?
Ranked choice voting.
Yeah, ranked choice voting, that maybe they'll have a chance. But listen, it's going to be between Eric Adams and Yang. And then it's between Curtis Lewa and some other guy. And whoever wins.
Yeah, because the city's pretty moderate. New York City isn't really a progressive city.
I wouldn't say that.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, it's really not a progressive city.
Did you hear her commercial? I heard her commercial. I said, there's no way in hell this woman is going to win. Maya Adams
they
commercial.
love AOC in New York. So I feel like if AOC is
I don't know, Carlos. AOC is like
Get
in
on
a
the
really
train.
weird district.
And it was really hard for her to win. Like, it was
AOC?
really, like, she barely won.
do you
this
think
time,
that she's gonna
Her first
blow it out for the
and then
her first
congressional
election,
district?
like nobody even went to go vote because she beat that guy who was like a career politician
Yeah.
Right.
by pretty much, you know, capitalizing on the fact that she's Latina and a Latina,
Wait,
you know,
yes.
well, plus in her district,
Yeah.
like, you know, Jackson Heights, it's a very Latino district.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have this Jewish guy who was there forever, doing nothing for the community, and AOC motivated people to go vote in that primary, and she only beat him by very little.
Do you think she's gonna manhandle that district now?
I think, this is what I think about AOC. I think AOC is going to be a little bit of a problem for Chuck Schumer in the Senate race.
Oh, here it is. is. Here it is.
Oh, is it out again?
Here it is. No,
Where's the camera? It's gone.
The connection's working just fine.
Where's
It's
the camera? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
It's right there. It's
Oh,
working
good.
fine. No,
Yeah.
everything's working good there, but we
Audio?
have a dropout.
From the audio?
Yeah.
That's because we were talking about AOC and she doesn't want it out
We
there.
have a fat dropout.
We're too big of influencers. She's like, I can't have them talking about me. I can't have them talking about me. They are really influencers.
She's my fave.
You know why there's a lot of crime? Because they keep building jails. They need to stop building prisons and then you'll have less crime. That's what AOC thinks.
That's an interesting logic.
It's complete insanity.
If there's no fear, then there'll be no crime. That's interesting. What is that?
If
Joker?
there are no prisons.
Right, so what
police.
happens when you commit a crime? Nothing? There's no prison for you to go to, so you're free to go?
I think she's looking at like rehabilitation centers, kind of like how Sweden is.
Oh, God.
If you murder someone, you go to a rehabilitation center to be sent back out into society?
And then this is what the
to
prisoners are
murder
going to say.
again?
They're going to say, they tried to get me to go to rehab, but I said no, no, no.
They're going to say that
And
the
then
devil
what is
made
she
you
going to
do
do?
it.
Then what is she going to do? Oh, listen, we're going to send you to a rehabilitation center. No, no, no.
You've been found guilty of murdering 3 families. We're going to send you to this rehabilitation center in Greenwich, Connecticut.
They
And,
tried to send me to rehab.
You're going to get 4 meals a day, paid for by Connecticut taxpayers.
You know what they need is yoga. Maybe
Yeah.
if they had yoga, that might help them. A little bit of yoga.
You could have Alana teach them.
She would.
Alana Kaufman can get out there.
Alana
and,
would love it. I bet you she would
and
love
do some, maybe they could go on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
They could do moonside yoga.
You know what they should
Little-
do? Why don't we just
moonlight-
put all the
moonlight
people who
yoga.
commit crimes on a boat and, bust them down to Guatemala? Like instead of, you know how like they
Bust
have
them
all...
down to Guatemala,
You know how
ship 'em
like we
out.
have a problem where we have like a lot of illegals coming here? Why don't we set a bunch of illegals down there?
Yeah, see
How
what they
good would that be? Why don't
Speaking
we
of
just go on
Guatemala,
the
did you
boat?
see that shit that they did when President Harris went over there today?
No, what did Vice President,
Vice President
Harris?
Harris?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry about that. I went a little too ahead in the future there. Vice President Harris went to Guatemala today,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing she saw when she landed at the Guatemala airport on another Guatemalan plane that
What?
I guess was in the same port, big giant banners that said Trump won. You're a liar. The U.S. is a disgrace. Like all the
Are
huge,
you
massive
serious?
signs that totally bashed her in.
Really?
Yeah.
So they let her know right off the bat you're illegitimate.
Yeah, then
Because that's what the
Guatemala
message is.
the president of Guatemala, made a whole speech about how he's not going to treat this serious because he has no respect for the Biden presidency.
Really?
Yeah, he said this is a joke.
He really came out and
Came
said
out,
this is
said it. It's on the
illegitimate.
post. I just saw it. Hold on, I'll read the
Oh
article.
my
to you.
gosh, this is exciting. Now that's exciting. That's a way to start a nice dialogue when you're trying to have. It's like.
Said you're a joke. I don't know why you're here because I have no interest in talking to you. And hold on.
Wow.
Let me read it to you. Hold on. Yeah, Kamala, Trump won. Guatemala's Guatemalan president blames Biden for the border crisis, and a bunch of Guatemalan people went out to when she was, in her motor brigade. Huge signs like Trump won, you're a fraud, you're a fake, you're a disgrace to the country. Ooh.
Well, the Latin American
Go back
people love
home.
Trump.
They told her to get out of their country. They're like, you're a disgrace to we don't want you here.
Wow, this is really interesting.
Wow. Yeah, no, they really were fired up.
So I guess it's safe to say that Kamala Harris's visit, her first trip overseas,
Her first trip
was
overseas
unsuccessful.
was a smack in the face, saying you're a disgrace.
That is pretty embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's never
Imagine
happened.
going to Guatemala's, not to sound bad, it was basically a third world nation.
Yeah.
Imagine going down there and they tell you that
That
you're
you
a
ain't shit.
disgrace. They tell you you're from the United States of America, and they tell you that you're the disgrace. That they're get out of our country because you're such a joke.
Well,
that
the president.
you stole that election. Like that's unbelievable.
Well, the president of the country is just like, listen, I'm not going to take this diplomatic exchange seriously because you're really illegitimate and we don't really feel like you're. I mean, that's embarrassing.
That was unbelievable. That like all those people went out. Like a ton of people were there with massive banners and signs.
You know what we should be playing right now? Gabe, get the song. Trump, Trump, Trump. Latino's gonna vote for Trump. Dun, 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 dun,
You can't have that song on there. They'll cancel him. They'll be like, we know you played that song, Gabe.
That's what they should be playing right now.
When you walk into Brantford High every day and you see that Black Lives Matter and that big pride flag right in the front room, you have to know this is an anti-Trump school. You have to own anti-Trump.
There's no Black Lives Matter.
There was at one point.
There wasn't. I went to that school every day.
No, I remember them bringing the Black Lives Matter flag.
Because you went there and you saw it?
No, yeah, I went and saw it. I remember during like one of like your shows or something, there was a bunch of flags.
There's just one.
I swear there was.
All right, hold on. I'm getting the song now. Let's see. I don't know if it's the song that I love to play all the time when your kids were little.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Shake it, Max. Shake it.
Woo! Yeah, this is what they were playing when they had the signs up for Kamala.
Yeah, they were not happy. Kamala Harris was in there. They were not thrilled with Guatemala. Wow. This is how you get banned off of YouTube right here. Right there.
Yeah, this is from YouTube. That's from YouTube.
That's the ticket right there.
Why? That's a good song, but the one that I'm looking for was another song. Ollie knows the song. Oh my God, I used to love to listen to that song. All right, I'm going to find it for our next show. Maybe you could open it up. Maybe if we find it, you can open up the show with it.
What did you think about, did you see that Meghan and Harry had a baby?
I did not see that.
Yes, they did.
Wow, so nobody even cares because they just had a baby and I didn't even hear about it.
Nobody gives a shit.
Mom, you did. You told me this morning.
I told you about that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
They picked
Meghan Markle and Harry.
They picked a name that was rude to the Queen.
I don't remember that.
Lila Bet.
Wait, what's the name?
Lila Bet or Lilibet, something like that. Lilibet.
So Queen Elizabeth and now Lila Bet is Queen Elizabeth. Is Elizabeth? Are we supposed to like?
Yeah, I don't know, but they said it was rude to the Queen. British
rude?
Experts. They said it was rude. They said it was a slap in the face.
By calling the baby Lila Bet?
Yeah, I guess so. That's what they said. British experts say that the name newborn Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor is a slap in the face to Queen Elizabeth II, a royal biographer claims.
Wow, that's a diss.
So,
well,
apparently they smacked her right in the mouth.
Why are they insulting the Queen? Like, doesn't he know better?
I don't know.
Is Harry ever going to know better?
Probably not.
She needs to kick it yesterday.
You know, Meghan Markle is going to end up divorcing Harry one day when she gets canceled.
Yeah.
Because she's going to get canceled.
You think the royal family is going to dish out a cancel blow? They'll be like, you're done?
I think
you know what I think?
Old school royal family.
I think the British people are going to be like, you're done, Harry. Nobody likes you anymore. That's what I think.
The people of Britain. Great Britain, the Brits. Smacking down one of the golden children.
Well, the problem is that he's bad-mouthing the family, and you don't go and start bad-mouthing the family and talk to Oprah, and then have like that weird music in the background.
Talk to Oprah.
Well, have you ever listened to the weird music too? Like he's talking, and then it's like this weird music going on in the background, like as if he was like in some kind of evil cult that was just, you know.
Never noticed the music.
Why did you watch the interviews?
No.
So then, of course, you didn't notice the music if you didn't watch the interviews.
I watched clips, but I didn't hear the music.
Oh, give me a break, Gabriel. You could give a shit about it, Harry.
So you gotta watch the The real interview. Check out the Omnibus
I
Music.
have to Google the soundtrack.
Omnibus Music. What is it? What's it called?
Ominous, yeah.
Ominous, yeah,
Well,
ominous
now
music.
my phone is acting
What
crazy.
are you eating over there?
I'm trying. Look at this crap. All right, so
Oh my goodness, Max is eating something over here. The coach's phone's flipping out. I don't know what's going on in this room right now.
Well, now I have to look for the Harry interviews. Prince.
Are you looking for the Omnibus Music?
Yes.
Oh boy, we got a lot of audio playing.
Oh God, it's all Oprah. He's like barely even talking.
Well, I heard that he spoke the least out of the three.
All right, I don't hear any ominous music in this one.
Oh, that was a fraud. That was a lie. There was no Omnibus Music.
There was ominous music when I heard it on the radio. Look, now, we have to start doing this ahead of time.
You can't track and see
What?
Like, get the clips.
Get the clips?
Yes, like have clips ready for the show. Because a show's always better with some clips.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
sound things. It is so much better.
Yeah, I really, I mean, it's hard to put the clips on like a live stream. Like we really need a top-notch producer to be able to put the clips live on the stream. Like I think you got to pre-record to do that. I don't think you can like be live on one camera and then like pan, like unless like you're in like a Fox News like building, but like I wouldn't be able to do that. Like we definitely can't do that with the iPhone. Flip over. We need like some pro people behind the camera fixing that up for us. Gotta hire a crew. Get a crew team in here.
We need a real good crew team, not like
We
Lazy Gabe and what would
Producer
we call
Prez.
Prez? Producer Prez, no show. Producer
No show.
Prez.
No show.
He's never here for the show.
He sucks. So we have producer
need, like,
Prez,
somebody
Jazz,
good.
and Gabe. Gabe once in a while helps out, but we need a real tech crew. We need our Freddie Benson. Little shout out to iCarly there. We need our little Freddie Benson with the camera and the little laptop and everything. Remember he had that old
I
set?
know, but it'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
It's never gonna happen.
Jen, it'll never happen.
So the name is Lilibet. Lilibet.
Disrespectful.
Diana. Lilibet Diana. Oh God. These people are weirdos.
They are. They are weirdos. Disrespectful. That's what it said. British biographer. Oh.
Did you hear about that mom who posed as a 13-year-old kid? Like she pretended that she was a 13-year-old daughter and went to school for her.
A mother?
And she was there like the whole day at the school and she didn't get caught till like 7th grade period as being a fraud,
Wow.
not being the real student.
So she's gotta look good, no? You gotta
Oh,
look good
young.
for your age if you're gonna.
Well, maybe she had the